Indonesia ada di peringkat 60 dunia jika diukur dari banyaknya minat baca masyarakat Indonesia terhadap membaca buku.
Indonesia mencatatkan skor membaca di angka 371 yang membuat Indonesia terdepak dari peringkat 64 menjadi 74. Peringkat ini dirilis Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development atau OECD dalam laporan Program for International Student Assessment.
Jadi literasi warga negara Indonesia jeblok, dan maka tidak heran jika berdampak besar terhadap tingkat kemampuan masyarakat Indonesia untuk mencerna tulisan.
Ya, upaya meningkatkan literasi masyarakat Indonesia ini terus ditingkatkan. Di zaman sekarang ini rasanya sudah tidak cukup dengan hanya literasi dasar, yaitu kalau kita tahu dulu calistung, baca tulis hitung, dan ini harus didukung juga dengan literasi media, tidak hanya bagi literasi visual, namun juga literasi teknologi, finansial, masyarakat, dan lain-lain. Dan ini merupakan tugas yang harus diemban tidak hanya bagi pemerintah.
Hello, welcome to ThinkSphere, your gateway to the latest stories from around the world delivered right to your screen. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and stay with us as we dive into today's topic that truly matters.
Today's topic is about literacy. Literacy is one of the most essential skills in the modern era. It is the foundation for lifelong learning, communication, and development. However, the literacy level in Indonesia remains a significant challenge. According to observation by the Ministry of Education and Culture of Kemendikbud through the Indonesian National Assessment Program or INAP, only 6.06% of students in Indonesia possesses strong reading skills. Alarming, right? Furthermore, the latest report from the Program for International Student Assessment or PISA 2023 paints an equally concerning picture. In this assessment, Indonesia once again ranked among the lowest in reading, mathematics, and science competencies compared to other countries. This result indicates that the majority of students in Indonesia remain at low to moderate level of reading proficiency.
After seeing some video analysis of Indonesia's declining interest in literacy, we can clearly see that this issue is a serious concern. The decline in interest in reading and low level of literacy in various circles of society shows how important it is for us to continue trying to improve literacy in this country. Literacy is not only about the ability to learn, but also about how we can understand and utilize information wisely in our daily lives. Therefore, it is time for all of us, whether individuals, families, or the government, to commit harder to promoting a culture of literacy, so that our society will be smarter, more critical, and better able to face the challenges of the times. To gain a deeper understanding of the reading habits of children in vulnerable circumstances, the ThinkSphere team conducted interviews at an orphanage in Bandung, focusing on children aged 7 to 12. Our research revealed a significant challenge, a widespread lack of interest in reading, primarily stemming from a scarcity of engaging reading materials. while the children express a preference for certain genres such as comics and historical books about prophets. Their access to these materials was severely limited, often relying on occasional borrowings from the school library. The orphanage staff confirmed these findings, noting that despite a daily study schedule dedicated to schoolwork, the children frequently procrastinate and show minimal enthusiasm for reading activities. This lack of engagement underscores the urgent need for intervention. Although the orphanage has implemented tutoring programs focused on reading to bolster their fundamental skills, the persistent shortage of diverse and appealing reading materials remains a critical barrier to fostering a genuine love of reading and improving literacy outcomes. This situation highlights a broader issue of resources disparity and the importance of providing access to quality reading materials for children in marginalized communities.
Indonesia's literacy challenges are not unique, but are more pronounced compared to some other nations. Countries like Vietnam, which have a similar economic profile, have shown significant improvement in literacy due to targeted policies. For example, in Vietnam, the government has a Read to Read initiative that provides free books to rural schools and training for teachers to make reading enjoyable. As a result, Vietnam consistently scored higher in the PISA rankings. Then, Finland, known for its exceptional education system, emphasizes reading from an early age. Libraries are integral to communities and digital resources are accessible nationwide. Bangladesh has the Room to Read program that helps improve literacy rates by creating libraries in remote areas and training local teachers. So, how do we tackle this challenge? The answer lies in building what we call a literate life. But what does that mean? A literate life goes beyond simply knowing how to read and write. It's about empowering individuals with the tools they need to understand, engage with, and navigate the world around them. In today's fast-paced society, literacy is the foundation of critical thinking, problem-solving, and cognitive development. Its impact everything from accessing information to making informed decisions and even building strong social connection and a sense of identity. Here are some actionable steps to cultivate a literate life. First, increase access to books initiatives such as donations. Many libraries and digital libraries can provide diverse reading material tailored to children's interests. For instance, the mobile library program in rural West Java has successfully brought books to remote villages, allowing hundreds of children to explore new genres and develop a love for reading. In addition to school libraries, access can be enhanced by establishing reading corners in classrooms to further support literacy within the school environment. Second, incorporate reading into daily routine. Engaging activities like shared reading time or storytelling can make reading an enjoyable habit. For example, in a village in central Java, a community reading program called Bedtime Stories encouraged parents to read to their children every night. Over time, children have shown increased vocabulary and comprehension skills. Third, encourage intensive literacy programs, forming reading clubs, or implementing mentoring programs can motivate children to share their stories and build their self-confidence. Organize visits to libraries outside of school and hold book fairs. To maximize the appeal of these fairs, provide books that cater to students' diverse interests, including informational texts, novels, comics, and storybooks. For example, the Lit Fest for Kids initiative in Jakarta combined book fairs with storytelling competition, attracting over 500 participants and sparking excitement for reading. Third, lead by example. As we know, children often emulate the behavior of adults. Caregivers, teachers, and community leaders can inspire children by demonstrating their own enthusiasm for reading. For instance, a teacher in Yogyakarta started Reading Together Friday program, where students and teachers share their favorite books weekly. This approach has fostered a sense of community and encouraged reluctant readers to participate. Last, foster critical thinking and digital literacy. Encouraging children to analyze and evaluate the information they gather is crucial. In West Sumatra, a program called Think and Discuss promotes critical thinking by helping students discuss and debate the themes of books they have read. Additionally, teaching digital literacy skills such as identifying credible sources and using online tools effectively is essential. Programs like Digital Literacy 101 in urban Yogyakarta have prepared students to navigate the digital world responsibly and effectively.
Community involvement plays a crucial role in addressing literacy challenge and creating sustainable solutions. Here are some ways communities can make a difference. First, establishing community libraries. Communities can set up small libraries in shared space, such as community centers are most used to provide easy access to books. For example, the Street Library initiative in Surabaya involves placing books in neighborhood corners, allowing residents to borrow and return books freely. Second, organizing literacy events like book fairs, reading marathon, or storytelling festival can spark interest in reading. Reading Carnival maybe will be a popular event attracting families and showcasing local authors and publishers. Third, volunteer tutoring programs. Local volunteers can help children improve their reading skills through free tutoring sessions. Programs like Baca Bareng Jakarta pair high school students with younger children, fostering both mentorship and literacy. Fourth, collaborating with schools. Community members can work with schools to enhance literacy programs. And then the last one, promoting a reading culture. Encouraging families to prioritize reading at home and sharing success stories can inspire others. Social media campaigns such as #ReadingWithMeIndonesia have gained traction, encouraging parents to post photos and videos of reading activities with their children.
It's also crucial to develop digital literacy skills in building a literate life, especially in this era where technology plays a vital role in daily life. Here are the roles and benefits of implementing digital literacy. First, enhancing information access skills. Because digital literacy enables individuals to access, evaluate, and utilize information effectively. In an environment filled with various information sources, the ability to distinguish between valid and invalid information is essential. Digital literacy programs provide knowledge on how to search for accurate information, as well as how to use digital tools to obtain relevant data. Second, fostering critical thinking and children's creativity. By understanding how digital media works, individuals can develop critical thinking skills. They learn not only to passively receive information, but also to analyze and explore different perspectives. Moreover, digital technology opens up opportunities for individuals to innovate and create, whether in the context of education, work, or daily life.
Alright, we will listen to some perspective from students about literacy in Indonesia.
Menurut saya literasi di Indonesia tuh udah jadi isu yang sangat penting gitu. Mengapa? Karena sebagai pelajar gitu, kita tuh nggak bisa gimana ya? Menurut saya tuh literasi itu nggak hanya membaca gitu, tapi juga kemampuan menganalisis, memahami, lalu menggunakan informasi secara kritis gitu. Sayangnya minat literasi di Indonesia tuh masih tergolong rendah.
Itu menurut Atar. Terus kalau menurut aku pribadi, membangun budaya literasi itu perlu dimulai dari sejak dini ya. Caranya gimana? Caranya kayak memperkenalkan bahan bacaan yang menarik dan relevan biar nantinya generasi muda ini tertarik untuk membaca. Selain itu, kolaborasi antara lembaga pemerintah, masyarakat, sama peserta didikan lain dan guru juga itu dibutuhkan untuk membangun atau meningkatkan literasi yang tinggi khususnya di Indonesia.
Sangat disayangkan sih di era digital sekarang gitu ya, di saat semua akses informasi terbuka bebas, tapi mahasiswa ataupun generasi muda tuh dia lebih suka membuka akses digital itu untuk hiburan aja gitu. Padahal itu ada kesempatan bagi mereka gitu ya. Walaupun emang literasi itu nggak harus selalu membaca gitu ya, tapi kemampuan berpikir kritis juga gitu dia termasuk literasi. Jadi menurut saya penting sih untuk meningkatkan literasi digital demi generasi yang lebih baik lagi dengan fasilitas yang lebih oke.
Nyong rumangsa jadi pelajar rasa peningkatan literasi gue tanggung jawab PKB wong. Mulane wong sing literasinya apik orang mau meningkatkan kualitas individu, tapi juga meningkatkan daya saing bangsa nang era digital. Mulane nyong dukung pisan peningkatan literasi sing gue sekang pemerintah, sekang komunitas lan apa bae lah.